Hello, dear viewers. Good evening. This is Honorable Fred Bahati. Fred Bahati is a person that is before you now this evening, and I'm going to take you through my life journey, the journey of Fred Bahati. And for sure, you're going to know more about Fred Bahati. You've been hearing, or some of you seeing him on the screens, but this evening, we are so blessed that I'm going to share with you something about me, at least my journey, my long journey in life. Fred Bahati, as I've already mentioned, I come from Luuka. Luuka is a district in Busoga, which was formerly part of Iganga. Right now we are an independent district. And specifically, I was born in a village called Nawaka. Nawaka is in the parish of Nawaka again, sub-county Ikumbia, and that is Luuka North, which is a constituency in Luuka district. My father is now late, Difas Lugondo, and my mother Mary, or Maria. I was born about 44 years ago. Meaning somehow you've known my age in a way. And I went to Nawaka Primary School, then Ikumbia Primary School, then came to Kampala at Old Kampala. Yes. Thereafter, I went to Makerere. I went to Makerere for my degree 1, and also the same time, I went to an international university in Kansanga for another degree. That was a bachelor, like 2 bachelors. Then after, I went back to the international university for a master's, and also went for another master's at Makerere, then another master's at Makerere again, and a postgraduate diploma at Uganda Management Institute, and a master's Uganda Management Institute, where actually I work now as an associate consultant. My journey is quite enriched with a number of things that I've engaged in, ranging from business to politics, and also ministry of God. I've been an all-around person in a way that, as I've already had, I participated in parliamentary elections. That is politics. So you may call me a politician, you may call me a business person, but at the same time, I am a servant of God. What inspired me to join politics, for example, one may ask. I am a person of the people in the first place. I've loved to see people change in their welfare from one level to another. Now, having been born in Luuka, Luuka has got a lot of challenges. First of all, the life of people, the standards of living of our people in Luuka is really, so touching that for a person like me who has a heart of the people, I wouldn't just sit back seeing people, suffering in abject poverty. There's a lot of poverty in my place. And not only Luuka, but also many other districts that are around Busoga, or which are in Busoga. I got so much touched that I couldn't sit back or be in Kampala, enjoy life, while my people back at home are in such situations. So, in that way, I sat down and said, how can I help? How can I add a brick? How can I help in transformation of our people? especially Luuka and Busoga at large. So I chose to stand for Parliament in a way of getting a platform, of getting the masses and educate them, of course informally, not formally, like sitting them in the class, but at least like going to the radios, you know, in the gatherings, you know, as you know, when you're in politics, people will gather around you, and in that way, I could sensitize them to, first of all, plan for their families, plan for their future, you know, plan for the present and the future. And I could first of all analyze what could have gone wrong and how can it be corrected. So in that way, it enabled me to teach them how we can, how they can be transformed. For example, there is a lot of sugarcane growing in Busoga and so much in Luuka, where all the land people have, first of all, we have no land in Luuka in the first place, and those who have, the little that they have, you could find that they have planted all of it with sugarcane. So what will happen then, or what happens? Hunger or famine. People have no food crops. They have planted a lot of sugarcanes on the entire land. They remain with something small. So in having seen that, I decided to say, no, please, divide the land. At least, yes, you want money, but in a way, reduce or apportion it, have some sugarcane plantation, yes, because we want money. And also there's a lot of enticements and inducements by these factory sugar processing plants. You know, the masses to plant sugarcane for them, but in one or the other, I tried to encourage them, and indeed you can see that now the issue of famine at least has been really addressed. Again, on the other hand, as I've said, being in business, in the transport especially, I owned a bus company from the age of 33. That is around 2011, 2012 there. And by 2013, I was elected the chairman of the Federation of Uganda Bus Owners, a position I have held up to date. There has never been any replacement. And what inspired me is that, first of all, I looked at the bus business or transport business as one business which can quickly bring returns. 2, which could employ many people. 3, which is easily to start once you have capital. And when I was elected as the chairman, I also identified the challenges in the bus transport. We had a lot of accidents that time, and I sat down and found out what could be the cause. Why is this? Why is there rampant accidents, which one would call road carnage? And I realized that one of the reasons was that drivers could misbehave in one company and run to another. Like after killing people, passengers from company A, he runs to company B, and he gets the job. That was possible because of the disunity which was there before I joined. So having analyzed that, having identified it as a major cause to road carnage, I had to, sensitize bus owners to be united. I can say, and authoritatively say, that from the year 2013 to date, there has been unity in the bus, among the bus owners, which had never existed before. There were a lot of infightings before, one fighting another, the other one fighting the other one, like that. And in that way, the wrongdoers could now utilize that to commit wrongs here, run to another company. But when we came together and got united, before anyone could employ a driver from company X to your company, you would first of all call your counterpart, I mean the bus owner. How about this one who wants a job here? Do you know about him? What is his track record? So in that way, the driver who has committed the crimes of like causing accidents will not get a job here. So that checked their discipline. So it helped me, transform the bus industry. And somehow, in one or the other, road carnage reasonably reduced. Yes, the constituency, for example, if we can slightly go back to the constituency, I helped so much my people in, we had the problem of water, boreholes. Some were there, but broken down. I can't count the number of boreholes I fixed myself, and also encouraging people to take safe water, because diseases were, so much in the place, school dropouts. So I engaged into encouraging children to complete their primary, secondary, like that, and also sanitation, doing tests for any diseases before treatment, and also because in our villages people believe so much into witchcraft. So people could, somebody gets malaria, you see the person is shivering, but he thinks the neighbor has bewitched. So that way, teaching them that no, not all the time that you are sick, somebody so a neighbor or somebody else has bewitched you. Seek medical, attention and find out whether you have a medical situation or problem, instead of thinking about witchcraft all the time. So, I cannot go on without talking about COVID. COVID-19 affected us in so many ways. First of all, as a nation, we were all affected. But if I can talk about my constraints, for example, and also the bus industry. For the bus industry, we were hit so hard by COVID-19. First of all, buses were parked for about 2 years. So that left many companies in too much debts. Very many companies are highly indebted because of COVID-19. Remember, we pleaded so much with the government to negotiate with the banks to, waive off interests. And in one way or the other, that wasn't that possible. So some banks maintained, their interests accumulating in the time when we were not working. Two, we had the burden of workers who wanted to be fed because there was no work. That burden was on the bus owners. Three, there was a lot of wear and tear on these buses because these are machinery packed for over 20 months. So by the time we resumed working, many of the bus companies were highly indebted. Two, the buses were not in shape. I mean, COVID-19 hit us badly. Back in the constituency, because businesses were at a standstill. So it also added, a lot of problems to our people in the villages. Just like any other place or any other business, we were really hurt and hit by COVID-19. So the effects of it are some of the companies are closing, I can say. Some of the bus business people really have, because of the indebtedness, they have run out of business. my future plans for the people of Luuka, it is not yet over. It is not yet over. Any time I might bounce back. Any time I may bounce back into politics because yes, there has been some significant change, but it is not yet well. So anytime I am bouncing back for parliament, because it is then that you have a voice both at the local level and at the national level. Because without a position, yeah, you can do something like I've done always, even now I do it when I'm not in the parliament, but it is normally well when you have that position, that's when people listen to you, and most of them take your advice because they know you are talking from an authoritative point of view. So that's one of my future plans. But right now I'm doing my best to become a model farmer. I'm trying to put together my land in Busoga, that's in Luuka, so that I demonstrate to the people what to do. I have quite a good number of acres of land, and I'm planting several crops to really show them that you can earn from different crops rather than concentrating only on sugarcane. Yes, I can have sugarcane, but not the entire land. I have maize, beans, groundnuts, you know, and the part for sugarcane, sweet potatoes, cassava, all for commercial, by the way, all for commercial on the same land. So that is one thing that I'm doing to at least entice people to be multi-purpose and to use their land for purpose in growing different crops, which they can first of all eat, also feed from, and have something to sell. Yeah. I want to appeal to government to look into the policy of transport, especially because right now there is what we call PSV, that tax, or the money that a bus pays to be on the road. When I started transport in 2011, we were paying 250 annually. Right now, it was raised to about 2-point-something million or 3. Surely, that money is a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot because you pay it annually. A bus gets a problem or gets involved in an accident or a major breakdown. It spends 6 months in the garage. It is not working. Nothing is like coming. No income from it. But for you, you have to pay the amount of about 3 million for that bus which has been parked. So surely that should be looked into. Government should help these bus owners, should help them in looking into that decision of raising this figure from 250 to about 3 million. Taxes are high, of course. The fuel is high. Parts are high. So government should do something about it. Yeah, I want to first of all thank God for Uganda as a country, as a nation. God has protected us always. Even when COVID-19 came, it didn't hit us like it hit Europe or North America or the rest of the world. Say Asia, people died in millions or in hundreds of thousands. But for us, God, in a way, yeah, we lost people, very, very important people. Myself, I lost very important people in my life, but somehow the nation was really saved. So I also thank the government of Uganda for the measures which were in place to, protect His Excellency the President. Your Excellency, here is Fred Bahati, the person you know very well. I know you know me very well, and indeed you do. I want to thank you, especially during the time of COVID-19. Your guidelines helped and saved this nation. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. I want to appreciate UBC. UBC has always been a good partner. Keep it up, please. Manage from the topmost management, the technical team, the management team, up the lowest person at UBC. Please, thank you for such programs like this one. Thank you so much for always holding programs like this one here, where people get to know other people's life experiences. In one or the other, people get inspired, and in that way, something changes in their ways of doing things. My court, the constituents, please always listen to government, be law-abiding citizens. Always listen to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda. I've mentioned to you that I am bouncing back anytime. I still have a lot of good plans for you. So watch me, listen to what I'm telling you, fight family, encourage your children to go to school. Please plan for your land. There is this parish development model. Listen to the parish chiefs, listen to the local leadership, what they are telling you about it, and please endeavor to follow this program, because we all have one enemy, and that enemy is called poverty. Satan uses poverty to trample you down, to put you down, so that you cannot change or develop. Therefore, know that our enemy is poverty. Listen to the programs that I'm about to enroll for you as a constituency. I am sure you will not remain the same. I can say that I am blessed that my family have always been with me in all the journeys that I've taken, political, entrepreneurial, all the journeys that I've taken. My people have always been behind me. I want to appreciate you. May God bless you, my church, my family, my children. May God bless you so much. And UBC, God bless you. Bye, bye, bye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Ocho, mwami musoke. Njose ne kusanga.
Ate chichi.
Munange, anti gwamanya kunyinyonyola ebintu by'emisolo bino n'embitegeera.
Ate chichi leero.
Mbadde ku dduuka ne mpulira nga abakyala bagamba mbu tulina okwewandiisa mu nkola ya IFRIS.
Tokikolanga.
Ate
kituufu nnyo.
Mbadde sikimanyi nakyo.
Eyo y'enkola egenda okutuyamba okulwaninga bizinesi zaffe mu ngeri ya digital.
Etya.
Oba olina okuwandiisa bizinesi yo mu IFRIS, osobola okumanya omuwendo gw'ebintu by'olina mu bizinesi yo, enfulumya n'ennyingiza mu bizinesi yo. Awo URA esobola okukola omulimu gwayo gw'emisolo obulungi.
Nedda mwami musoke kye sitegeera. IFRIS eyingira etya mu bizinesi yange?
Kakati enkola ne IFRIS eyingiza bizinesi yo mu sisitemu ya URA. Kubanga tekyali kya buntu bulamu okugerekera omusolo ogutali mutuufu abateebereza buteebereza.
Ekyo kituufu ddala bannange, ekyo kituufu kubanga mazima obadde omusolo gubadde gwapala bupaazi ng'ogenda n'osasula omusolo gw'otomanyiiko omutwe n'amagulu kwegamba bambi nga tekiriiyo.
Olaba kakati ate n'ekirala IFRIS eyamba okukuuma ebiwandiiko bya bizinesi yo kuba biyinza okubulako, biyinza okukwata omuliro, naye kati wano IFRIS biba biri digitalized.
Bannange nekola ntya okwewandiisa?
Kyangu nnyo waludde dda. Okwewandiisa mu nkola ya IFRIS genda ku kibanja kya URA www.ura.go.ug awo olondeko e-invoicing awo no ogoberere endagiriro. URA tukulaakulanyize wamu Uganda.
The Resol Agribusiness Show is here under the theme Revolutionizing Agriculture through Value Addition, Innovation and Technology, scheduled for 13th to 16th June 2023 at Ohinga Stadium, Fort Portal Tourism City, with a free medical camp running throughout the show. Entrance is totally free. To sponsor, partner and participate, contact 0702 301 059 or 0773 458-492 or 0773-301-059.
This isn't just a girl. She is the future. This is a teacher, a doctor, a community leader, our future president. She is the hope of our community. And as a community leader, I will talk to others about how we must protect her against child marriage and teenage pregnancy because it affects us all. We each have a role to play in empowering our teenage girls to protect them from pregnancy. Because when we empower them, we empower our nation. Protect the girl, save the nation.
Take action. Report any case of defilement or child marriage to the police or call Sawuti 116.
Juko. Yo. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the Parish Development Model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a poultry project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The Parish Development Model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Welcome to our EcoPlus program. In our last episode, we learned how Kampala Capital City Authority is managing waste around the city. Today, we are going to Nakasero Market in Central Division to see how Kampala Capital City Authority, through collaboration with Marora Protein Uganda Limited, is managing organic waste.
Last year we deal in separating just only organic materials from this waste, and we take them to the company. Yeah.
So that's your sort. You do kind of sorting.
I'm just sorting. After sorting, then we load them on the car, then we take them to the company.
How do you find the exercise of sorting the organic from the non-organics? Because I'm seeing it is all types. You find umbrella, plastics, cloth, and...
Yeah, that is the most dangerous thing we are finding here, because we are finding people, they do mix the organic and non-organic. That's why we are here to sort them so that we take only the organic ones. Those people, if they can help us and they do separate, so that we find the organic material already on their own in the separate places. That one I think it can be very easy. Even you cannot even waste a lot of time being here collecting. The condition here is very terrible because the cars are passing. If you are not even serious, even the cars, they can knock you because the space is very small. And even you are seeing here, we are loading. Even in KCCA car it is about to come, it's also going to come to load. It takes and also we take.
Like in a day, how many trucks do you take to the factory?
We usually take one.
Okay.
Yeah.
From only this market or other markets?
We collect from 3 markets. From here, after here we go to Usafi and even in Central Market in Nakawa. Yeah.
Marura Protein Uganda Limited has ventured in breeding black soldier flies with the aim of providing fertilizers to farmers and promoting environmental conservation. At Namave branch is where black soldier flies are bred.
To begin with, pupae is brought from the Bugolobi site, and on reaching here, we have to house it into our love cages that are within the greenhouse. Within the love cages, we do expect the pupae to turn into the flies, that is the flies eclosing or emerging from the pupae. When the flies emerge, of course, they will populate the love cage, as we can all see, and we expect the male black soldier flies and the female black soldier flies to engage, thereby fertilization taking place and of course giving us our ultimate goal, which is the fertilized egg. After a life cycle of around 7 days, the flies do die off. Then we have to empty the cage, removing the dead flies and the pupa casings. Those are the casings from which the flies had emerged. When the pupa casings and the dead flies are removed, we now prepare the love cage for what? For feeding. Feeding, that means we are putting another batch of pupae. So this actually happens on a daily basis, whereby we do input fresh pupae into the love cages, and of course after a given period of 7 to 14 days, we do empty them. Talking about what a love cage is, a love cage is simply a net structure that is housing a given cohort of same-aged flies. That means a same batch of flies, not until their lifespan is due. The love cage is having different components that include the eggies, which are the egg-laying media. Some people do refer to them as the egg traps, and these are actually the eggies. These are the traps where we do expect our eggs, our flies to lay their eggs. And of course, we do pick them out on a daily basis to make sure that the eggs are collected and of course taken into the incubator, where they do get the enhanced environment for hatching. We do have the attractant containers and dishes, where we do expect to put our eggs such that our flies are attracted to come and lay into our egg-laying medias. However, they are attracted by the attractant substrate contained in the attractant dish. We do have a cotton or water source that consists of cotton wool placed on a cardboard because of actually its high absorbent characteristics. It enables the flies to have water and live down. Yeah, so it is our role to make sure that this water source is actually having water in good amounts, such that our flies can do what? Can get access to water the whole day. We also have the attractant cloth, which is a yellow cloth or an attractive colored cloth that enhances breeding or mating. That means it is attracting the male fly and the female fly, of course, to engage, and thereby we increase chances of having a fertilized egg within our what? Within our eggies. Those are the egg traps. The conditioning is all done automatically within the greenhouse, whereby the shading net opens and closes depending on what parameters have been set. Of course, those are the parameters that suit maximum production of our black soldier flies. However, the shading net is to provide the shade. Then we have the side rolling windows that still open and close automatically to ensure ventilation within our greenhouse. We do have the light or the lamps that do emit, of course, heat. They are modified to give us the light and also emit some heat to make sure that the temperatures within the house are those that are optimum for production.
From Namamve, Baby Lavi are taken to the Kampala Capital City Authority Waste Recycling Center in Wankoko, where they are fed on organic waste. Simon Kasubi, Assistant Production Manager, takes us through the process at Wankoko.
Here at Mala Protein, we do deal with organic waste. And currently this is our organic waste that we receive from Ovolio. So here is trying to feed the shredder, which cuts it into pieces for it to become finer in order that we can store it in our drums for fermentation of 4 days and above. Yes. Then after shredding it, as it's doing, feeding the machine, it's shredding. So after shredding, we shall get that drum, store it, and it has to be airtight to cut out oxygen. So when oxygen is not on, it ferments further. So in that process, we take four days and above for it to ferment. So we put it in this drum, we seal them, make them airtight, take them to the storage. So as it's feeding, it crushes the waste into smaller particles, other finer particles that can be fed on by the young larvae or the baby larvae, which are 5 days old. So in this process, after the machine has chopped it into pieces, we do seal our drum. And the drum has to be airtight for it to ferment. The more it ferments, the more softer it becomes, which helps the other baby larvae to feed on it easier. Yes. From here we have to take our drum of that waste, the storage where we'll put it to ferment. So this drum will be here for 4 days and above. It depends on our storage containers we do have. So when it's here for 4 days and above, I'll take it back to this side. we do have a mixer. When we put it on, it mixes this feed till it gets out in this format. And this process is called the inoculation process. Here I'm going to prepare the feed for putting in our baby larvae or the young maggots. So in each crate of this size, I put in 12.5 kilograms of the feed, like this. So here I'm doing what we call the inoculation. So this feed, I take it to the warehouse. After putting in this feed, which is 12.5, I will have to take it to the warehouse where we do put it on the pallets. So here, these are our baby larvae that I'm going to put in this feed. They are 5 days old. So I'm going to put in my 30 grams. In the feed I've gotten from the other mixer, the mixing area. So here I'm introducing the baby larvae, which is called the inoculation process. So when I put in the 30 grams here, they will feed, then I will have to put it on the pallet, that side up, and it will feed on that mixed food for 7 days. So the 30 grams that I've put on a crate will turn to 1.5 kilogram in 7 days.
Joseph Luswabi, Chief Production Officer, Maura Protein Uganda Limited, explains what persuaded them to start up.
There are basically actually 4 problems that ignited us. A lot of waste is being produced, whereby today we are actually at KCCA, and there was nothing like sustainable to manage this organic waste. 2, the high unorganic fertilizer being used and the lack of viable organic fertilizers that farmers would probably use easily. So that wasn't there. And then the low quality feeds, especially the protein sources. Initially farmers were using fish meal, of which you could find that a lot has actually sand. So that wouldn't actually guarantee the production vis-a-vis the investment. But then we are now trying to train farmers how best they can produce their own feed as well, the high youth unemployment. So all these problems ignited and inspired Protein to actually offset. Now, you see this book? A practical guide how to raise the black soldier fly larvae. This is our first edition, training farmers the step-by-step process. It just came out on Saturday, that is recent, showing you what are the necessary steps that one can actually go through to actually produce their own feed. And how massive is that? So we are going to always keep producing these books to educate the farmers that it's very, very possible to lower our cost of production if we can actually raise the black soldier fly larvae. If a farmer was actually to do this entire chain, it becomes very complex and a little bit very expensive. However, as I told you before, a farmer doesn't need to worry about the breeding side. Using 20,000, a farmer can buy a kilogram of baby larvae. I'm going to show you a kilogram of baby larvae. The baby larvae will take 7 days and they can actually attain a maximum of about 40 kilograms of larvae. 7 days. Can you imagine? They're obtaining 40 kilograms of larvae. They are using about 250 kilograms of organic waste. So they're obtaining the larvae as well, they're obtaining the organic fertilizer. So this becomes very simple for them. All they need to do, get the baby larvae, 20,000, get a kilogram of baby larvae, feed to your waste, leave. 7 days, harvest.
What are the challenges faced in the business?
Yes, the challenges are very, very, very many, because for us to reach this level, it has taken us more than 4 years. First of all, the entire chain is complex. We didn't have anyone to copy from. We didn't have anyone. Wherever the internet was, you try to see, but then it is doing something else. So it has taken us a lot of capital to find out, a lot of investment to figure out actually where does the business, how does the farmer benefit. That is why we've actually come up with this book, It is knowledge that we've obtained over a period of more than 4 years. It is actually money that we've got here. But then here we are sharing it at an affordable cost so that someone can actually easily learn and enrich themselves on how best to produce. For someone who is interested to work the same journey as we've taken, we don't have any problem with that. However, we actually discovered that it's better if a farmer just concentrated on something, especially like the 7-day cycle. It would be very much easier compared to the entire complex chain.
With increasing climate change and environmental degradation, protein formula is the best way to go in conserving our environment by venturing in opportunities in wastes.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
The Tales of Kasozi, brought to you by Uganda Communications Commission.
Hello? Hello? This is Kasozi. How can I help you?
Hey, Kasozi, my brother. Long time. We last met when we were at campus. It's been a while, but you are the person I'm looking for.
Campus? Really?
Hey, you don't remember me?
Okay, so how can I help you?
I'm stuck in Gulu making millions, and I need to urgently send money to my sick mother, but I can't find any